Singharaja is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a biodiversity hotspot designated by the IUCN. But not even the fact that 95% of the endemic birds to Sri Lanka, vegetation showcasing more than 90% endemism, hosts of endemic agamids, amphibians, primates and mammals, including the only 2 resident elephants in the reserve, leopard and most importantly black leopard, has stopped the rape of this virgin forest. While the road defenders continue to make a case that the road is primarily on the buffer zone, there's about 1.5 kilometers of road that runs through the Singharaja rainforest. But it's not just the 1.5 kilometers we need to worry about. Developing a road on the buffer also creates an edge effect, which means there will be a permeating rash, urban and tourism development effect. A concreted road opens up all possibilities, all of which will see yet another large slice of our rainforest die a painful death due to the short-sightedness of a handful. Into our studios came environmentalist and convener of Rainforest Protectors, Jayantha Wijayasinghe, who has been fighting passionately to halt the construction, citing the destruction that would ensue at the initial phase of the project. But it somehow feels like a battle half lost, especially now that the President himself, who visited the site, gave the go-ahead for the construction despite an EIA not being conducted as requested by environmental organizations. This is an illegal construction, but it's still going ahead despite the fact that environmentalists have informed the Forest Department, the Central Environmental Authority, the Ministry of Environment and the President himself. So who is responsible? Okay, first of all, the construction is going on the part beyond the Singharaja World Heritage Site, which is roughly about 1.3 kilometer area. Rest of the area is actually in the buffer or very close to Singharaja, adjacent to Singharaja I would say, and on the other side on the Ginganga River buffer zone. So like you mentioned, ideally there should have been a proper study done, an EIA done before this road being cut. So that was not done. Yes, the construction is continuing in that sense. Who is behind? Well, I would say honestly the property owners in this area who have either legally or illegally grabbed huge pieces of land. Some people own roughly about 25 acres to 30-acre lands, and even the villagers claim that they don't know how these people got hold of these massive forest lands and how they have deeds. So probably people who own these big properties are the ones behind this, and also there are small to medium scale hotels throughout the road from Lankagama to Pitadeniya. So these property owners would also like, and also potentially the people who are hoping to build massive hotels would also be wanting this road cut. So however, the key party behind this construction is the local politicians from the area, because there is roughly about 700 votes from Lankagama and that area. So just to serve that 700 voter base, that one of the promises they have given for them to get that 700 vote is that this road will be renovated, not widen, but what is happening is widening the road. There are new politicians came from that area to the parliament, and there is these local politicians whose fathers also have cut this road illegally in the past, and that's a famous story, everybody knows it. So I think because of pure politics is why this road is not getting stopped. Isn't this the same construction that was halted by UNESCO in 2013? Yes, one can say it's the same construction, but this time the road construction happens from 2 sides. One is from Neluwa to Lankagama and the other side from Deniya to Pitadeniya. So given that this is a biosphere reserve designated by UNESCO in this World Heritage Site, why isn't UNESCO stepping in? UNESCO have already inquired from the government, and what they say is that the government has said that they are not going to touch this World Heritage Site part, and the rest of the area doesn't belong to Singharaja. So that's their explanation. So the UNESCO has their powers only within the World Heritage Site. And interestingly, what I need to highlight is that at the time of our initial inquiry, when the road was cut, for Department of Forest Conservation, Irrigation Department, Central Environmental Authority or the Divisional Secretariat and the District Secretariat had no idea as to what sort of a development is happening happening. They just knew that the road is being cut, but no approval or no guidance or no how would I say, the conditions were given to continue the construction.
So what happens if the construction goes ahead and is completed?
Lankagama will become another Kitulgala, I would say. As you would know, Kitulgala is one of the most polluted, if not the most polluted river in the country, with too much of coliform, that's human waste and other kitchen waste and everything in Kitulgala, Kalani river, which is the main water source for people in Colombo, and we drink polluted water, and there's plenty of construction, illegal construction even inside Kitulgala, Kalani river, and there's plenty of properties that have got developed, and it's a jungle, concrete jungle, I would say, and that was once a very beautiful area. On the other side is Bandara Kale, on this side was also the forest, but now it's all concreted hotels and all of that. The same thing will happen to Lankagama, because Ginga, the road runs through runs on the river bank of Ginganga, and all these properties will be developed, and the tea cultivation is a killer of Sinharaj, I would say, in that area. People are expanding into the forest and the mountains, so that more and more forest area will be cut to expand tea, so that you can transport it easily and you have infrastructure developed. And people now, the village started from 4 families, now it's about 200 to 300 families in Lankagama. Most of them are settled from elsewhere, coming from outside, not from Lankagama, and in my opinion, in about say 10 to 15, probably 20 years time, this will double, if not it will be in thousands. People will encroach into the forest, and there will be a lot of illegal activities, biotheft, and all sorts of activities. Most importantly, finally, now the people have about 42 to 43 kilometer carpeted, very wide road connecting Nelu and Deniaya, and when this road is cut and connected, if that happens, it's gonna be like 23 to 24 kilometers, roughly about, 27 to 28 kilometers. Now that would mean all the traffic that used to go through Nellore to Deniaya, from Colombo to on the other side from Matara, will take this shortcut. So that would mean, imagine the impact it will have on the Sinharaj, the pollution, the traffic and noise pollution and what not.
But that's not all. With traffic cutting through the rainforest, Lankagama will become an urbanized city. Tourism development activities will flourish, nary of the sustainability of ecosystems, and there will be deforestation of large tracts of land, with some being used for tea cultivation and illegal activities, including biotheft, specimen smuggling, poaching, bushmeat, sand mining, and misuse of forest reserves. These will be par for the course. And most of all, with the increased road traffic, can you imagine what will happen to those black leopard who inhabit the forest? Or the only 2 remaining elephants who cross that road, which is their territory by the way, or the leopard that roam the area. Prepare yourself to see more deaths of precious wildlife reported in the media, not to mention the destruction of endemic species that have thrived for thousands of years. And really, what's to stop roads being constructed in other parts of the forest reserves too? Good luck, Jayantha, in your battle for the good of all of us. Thank you for joining us on Selinco Live. Let's talk. If you'd like to watch the full programs of Kaleidoscope, log on to our YouTube channel, Kaleidoscope with Savitri Rodrigo.